We have these achievers who have come to us from all parts of our country and we want to hear their stories. इनकी कहानी, इनकी जुबानी. तो सबसे पहले शुरुआत करते हैं Sameera Reddy, a personality who needs no introduction. What has now brought you here is one singular achievement, which is that she leads an enormous campaign called Imperfectly Perfect. And this is a campaign about women who suffer body shaming, mental health issues, postpartum depression, bullying, and all the other things that keep you from being winners. Sameera Reddy, सुनते हैं आपकी कहानी, आपकी जुबानी.
First of all, thank you. That is an exception. I wish I could hear that every morning. It would really help me get up and fight. And I say this every day to myself. People ask me, how are you so confident, right? Aren't you worried about the fact that you're aging? Or you're not like, a slim figure? Or the fact that at one point in my career, I was so interested in what everybody thought of how I should look. Because there's a box that we all try to fit. And for years, I tried to fit that box. But today, I think, in fact, somebody asked me, you're a movie star. I said, I don't look at myself as a movie star. I look at myself as a woman trying to make a small difference in a world that I caved into for many years. I try to live a life, I try to keep it up, and I try to extend my shelf life. Have you heard this before, ladies? We have a shelf life. We have a shelf life to achieve, to have children, biological clocks. If a man ages, he's sexy with that grey hair. We get one grey hair, it's like butti ban gayi.
That's news.
Oh, yeah? So I'm saying that the future is today of standing tall and trying to make a small difference to any woman out there listening. And whether it's postpartum, whether it's a 16-year-old looking at someone like me on screen and saying, I need to look like that. I need to have that size and that face and that skin and that hair. I need to be that change for her. Because when I looked around, when I came back and I saw social media, which for me quite a scary place. I mean, for all age groups. And I said, there is nobody saying it's okay to just look like yourself. Everyone's saying, oh, I wake up in the morning, I look so amazing. It's not amazing. And that's where the story began.
Yeah, it's good to be yourself because everybody else is taken, right?
Well, it's everybody uses the word flaw. You're flawed because you don't look this way. I'm like, your flaw is what makes you unique, which becomes your superpower.
Mental health, which was earlier a taboo, is now on the table. It's no more, I think, a subject which can't be discussed. How did you reach this particular mission?
Because I think when I suffered postpartum depression and I didn't realize what I was going through, because everybody told me, oh, you're going to bounce back. You have to bounce back. What do you mean you have to? You have to feel good. You've had a baby. You need to keep it together. You need to look a certain way. You need to smile for the in-laws. You need to smile for the camera. You need to bounce back at work. You need to just get out there and just behave like nothing happened. And I didn't see anybody telling me, actually, it's normal. Today, what I'm trying to do is just tell women out there that if you are going through hormonal changes at any age, it's normal. So don't sit, and I didn't see any person out there being like a beacon of hope that it's okay to just, change sizes or not go back to who you were. Women need to redefine. We need to evolve, and we need to be told that that is the powerful thing. Not sticking to a certain way and saying the powerful thing is going back to that because it's safe. The fear of not being in that safe space is what I'm trying to break and say that's okay. And in fact, you're heading to a place which is going to be much better if you just believe in it.
The next personality is a young lady who was the youngest female pilot to fly a Boeing 777 in the world.
Wow.
Captain Zoya Aggarwal. She became the youngest woman pilot from India to fly and train on a Boeing in 2013. That was 10 years back. Then she became the youngest woman commander to pilot a your aircraft all the way from San Francisco to Bengaluru, which is one of the world's longest commercial air routes, over the North Pole 2 years back. So many firsts to your credit, Captain Zoya Aggarwal. Welcome on board.
Well, thank you for such a stellar introduction. I think for me, more than my name Zoya, this all accomplishments rather are for every single girl who sees me in that uniform and he says, अगर वो कर सकती है तो मैं भी कर सकती हूँ. मुझे भी वही बनना है. Because that is how we can change the paradigm of the society and the world. Because where I came from when I was 8 years old, I had to struggle to fight against the thought processes, the society, the world around me. Why does a child have to fight for her basic right to follow her dreams, to live her life? That is our fundamental right. So that is the world that I want to envision and create for our future generations, which is why I'm really happy I'm able to be that 0.00001% of the drop in the ocean to make the whole ocean of women empowerment, not only in India, but the whole wide world, so that Bharat ki beti can do anything they want and anything they feel that, you know, they want to fly, they can fly high and pretty much get to any place they want. Because my journey was such that when I joined Air India, I was amongst a handful of girl pilots and the youngest. From there, Air India was always an equal opportunity employer. So the women empowerment was such a, you know, amazing thing that we always saw the airline doing for every single employee of theirs. We were given equal opportunities to rise, and from there, where I was amongst a handful of girl pilots in the whole population, today we have an astounding 15% of women pilots, which is amazing. And we also are the highest in the world, which is 12.4%. India is at the topmost point. So we are leading the world's statistics for women commercial pilots, and I'm super happy about all the Indian girls doing India proud.
We now move on to a person who is coming from the land of the rising sun. Please welcome Rita Tage from Arunachal Pradesh, an engineer who turned an entrepreneur and set up and founded the Naara Aaba winery. This is in her hometown, Hong Village in Zero Valley. And it has been a long journey for her, but she's made such a huge impact in her community, helped out thousands of people, farmers, to realize their potential, have better earnings, better opportunities towards a better life. And if I have to read out the list of awards she has received, including one from the Honorable Prime Minister a couple of years back, then that list will run into a few pages. Rita Tage, आपकी कहानी, आपकी जुबानी.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm really feeling very privileged and honored to be here this evening. And thank you to our very charming host today. So my name is Rita, and I'm an engineer by qualification. And I was working in a government department in my state government for many years. I started working at the age of 19. That's because I had to fund my own studies. So I started working very young. And then after that, also I got married early because I had a job, and then there's a norm that you have a secured career, so you had to get married, and then I had children. Today my daughter and my husband, they are there, right here. They're watching me. And I must say that as a child, just like the previous speaker had said, I had that one quality in me that I always wanted to excel in whatever I do. And then sometimes, not only, many a times, when I look at people doing certain things, the things that seems to be good, I felt within me that I could have done better than, something that had come out. That feeling I had. And luckily for me, there was no any kind of restrictions from me from home. My parents, they had given me good education. Thanks to the Christian missionary schools that were there in our place, I studied in Assam, although I'm from Arunachal. And then Yes, I was working, had a comfortable job. But then, like, my place, Zero Valley, a lot of, we are, you know, culturally we are an agrarian by nature. And then a lot of kiwi fruits were grown in our place, and kiwi fruits were brought by the state government department to our place. And farmers had cultivated lots, but then with a lot of investment and hard work, they grew the fruits, but then there were no market because roads were not good, and people in India and even in our place, they were not aware of these exotic fruits that were there. And that was a time that me and my husband together, we brought out the idea of having a winery on our own. So that's how, like, from 2017 now onwards, we made wines out of kiwi, and we are apparently the first in the country to make wine out of kiwi, fresh and organic kiwi fruits. And now we have ventured into many other variants of fruits. And recently I've been to Shark Tank India too, and have had a very nice experience there too. So that's all my journey, and so far.